Welcome to another video where I'm discussing some pain points about adopting a new project management approach. In this video, I'm going to talk about a very important pain point, challenge, problem that is the resistance of organizational culture. And when we talk about this problem, we need to think about some points that we need to identify before we start adopting a new approach. The first point is the belief, the strong belief that organizations have about existing approach. In many organizations, there's a deeply rooted mindset of what is not broken, don't fix it. Leaders and teams may have been doing the same thing for years because they are comfortable with them. So these established ways of doing things become part of the company's character, which makes it hard to make change to them. To change this way of thinking, you need to do more than just introduce new methods. You also need to show why they are better than the old ones. Another key challenge is the lack of openness to innovation. Some companies naturally tend toward safety and the familiar, especially if they have been doing things in a specific way for a long time. It can be hard to adopt new methods when people are afraid to take risks. It's not just because about the new ideas, it's about creating a space where new ideas are welcomed and seen as helpful for progress and growth. Another critical factor is the lack of leadership commitment to change. For a new project management method to be adopted by the rest of your company, it must first be fully supported by the top leaders. The lack of support could be because the new method doesn't fit with the company's strategic goals, or people don't understand how it will help them. Getting the leaders on board, it's important because their commitment can help the change happen more quickly. One more problem is that the organizational silos in many silos. Many people say silos. I understand silos, but silos in many organizations there's a lot of isolation and lack of teamwork between departments. When trying to use a method that needs to be adopted by the whole company, these silos can be a big problem. It's critical for successful transition to new ways of working to break down these barriers and establish a culture of open communication and collaboration across departments. And finally, one common reason people don't want to change is that they think they will lose the status quo. Even if the change is good, it can be scary. Some employees may be worried about how the new ways of doing things will affect their jobs and the things they have to do. People tend to stick with what they know, and leaving their comfort zone can make them nervous. This resistance can be overcome by addressing these concerns directly, reassuring workers about their role in the new system and emphasizing the benefits of change. So let's take a look at some ideas and some best practices to solve this resistant organizational culture. You can start with a cultural assessment and engagement to deal with the organization's resistant culture. This involves evaluating the existing workplace culture to understand the root of resistance. Engage with employees at all levels to find out how they feel about change and how they see it. It's important that the new method fits with the company's beliefs and goals. These assessments assist in the development of strategies for effectively addressing certain cultural barriers inside the company. Another advice is increasing leadership commitment when you adopt a new approach. Get the leaders on board is very important because how they feel about change has a big effect on the rest of the company. Leaders need to actively support the new way and show their support, not only with words, but also with actions. This means taking part in presentations, training, and setting a good example. When workers see their leaders being open to change, it makes them more likely to do the same. Promoting the benefits of changing is vital. Communicate clearly how the new project management methodology will benefit not just the organization, but the employees too. Use success stories, case studies, tangible data to illustrate these benefits. Perspectives can be changed to highlight how the change will lead to better results, more efficiently, and more satisfying job. This approach helps create a good history about the change, which makes it easier for employees to accept. And one last thing that can work really well is encouraging people to try new things through pilot or trials. Implement the new methodology in a small, controlled environment initially. This allows teams to test and experience the change in a smaller scale, which makes change that affect the whole company less intimidating. Getting feedback from these tests and making change based on that shows that you are responsible and flexible. More than that, it shows that the new way works, which helps everyone in the company trust it. So keep watching my channel to learn more about pain points when you're adopting a new project management approach. See you in my next video.